Done? Everyone? Write it out? Okay. So today when we learn dictionary, we'll be having a short game to be prepared inside dictionary. Okay. That would be the assignment for today. Okay. That has to be done over here. And once you create that game, your friend, okay, your close friend is supposed to play it. Okay. I presume everyone is sitting to their close friends right now. Yes? Okay. So the friend next to you probably has to play that game. Okay. And the friend which has prepared the game, you will play that game. Okay. So you will exchange your pieces with them. Okay. Sounds fun? Why is everyone looking like a shock, right? क्या पूछते हैं? I haven't asked for kidneys up. Okay, let's go ahead. Extend. Okay, so method extend appends the contents of sequence to list. Now let's say you have two different lists, and now there is a crude method which we have already used using what? Concatenation. Yes. So in here there is a more better way of how Python helps us to concatenate two lists in a better way. It's called as extend. Okay. So what you have to do is you have to just make sure that there are two lists, and you can use dot extend method and pass on the other list that you want to append to the first list. Okay. So all these functions are supposed to be used with list name dot and then the function name. List name dot the function name. So same goes over here. See, a list is equal to what? 1, 2, 3, XYZ, Zara, ABC, and 1, 2, 3. Again, okay. Repetition over here. And a list dot extend. Okay, so B list is having what? 2009 and Mani. Okay, so now that has been extended into A list. So once you print the extended list, okay, it gives you what? 2009 and Mani inside the A list now. Got it? Okay, try it out.
Nothing is good. From
okay, can anyone tell me why this is better than using the concatenation method? Why is it better than concatenation method, or why is it bad than concatenation method? Is it better or bad? Better. Why better? Yes. Why better? Better too?
Why better?
You can do it here as well. If you want to learn it or last one first, you can do it in concatenation as well. Just change the name of list. That's it.
मग एक्सटेंडची गरज लागतेच ना का भेटलं तेच विचारलं ना.
Yes, what is the difference with concatenation and extend?
करावं लागेल प्लस करावं लागेल.
You said it is better. Why is it better? And if it is bad, why is it bad? Yesterday, someone was trying to save the memory of a variable. Who was it? I don't remember. Yesterday, someone was trying to save the memory for creating an additional variable. And I don't recollect the name or face either, but someone did. I gave you a biggest hint now. Come on.
काय ती एक लिस्ट एकदाच बघा ना आपण आपण परत ती लिस्ट आपण
See, when I say simple communication, it means you also have to talk. It's just that you talk less, not completely mum. No, you have to speak out something. Difference between extend and concatenation. Come on, fast.
Concatenation does at once, extension as many times as we want.
Okay, fine. So you can extend as much, concatenate as much times you want using plus operator.
Yes.
Okay, so that is good part, right? That is a good part. You can pass as much number of variables to it. Any other points to different? Yes?
म्हणजे एक लिस्ट एकदाच ऍड होते
Students, this is for you. Sir is answering. Have shame. अरे concatenation करताना तुम्ही काय केलं होतं? Remember the assignment of combined list? Huh?
The concatenation assigned to new variable.
Exactly. We assign it to a new variable, right? So what happens is, if you have list 1 and list 2 and you need to combine it, what you do? List 3 is equal to list 1 plus list 2. Isn't it? You do that. Okay, so you have to create third variable over here. And in here, you have to do what? List name dot extend and pass the second list. So it is already concatenated in the first list. Yes? Understood? Is it clear now? Okay. Now, index. So, if you want to find out the index, you just have to pass the element over there. It will return the index number. Okay. We have seen this yesterday, probably. Yes? No? Haven't seen it? Yes, we have seen it, right? Dot index. While we were doing what? While we were studying what? Strings, right?
I have seen it.
So while studying strings, we used what? Dot index. And we used one more method. Which one was it?
Find.
Of index. Not of find. Find is done. But there were two different methods for finding an index. R index, right? R index. That was what? Finding the index number from right side. Okay. Next up is insert. Okay. So you'll say, sir, we are already inserting it. Yes, by appending it. But understand, appending means when you have things already inside it and then you add it externally. Right? That is appending. But dot insert is the proper method of how you will insert your first element. Okay? The way you do it for what? Database operations. Insert into values. And then you pass the values, right? Insert into values, right? So this is how it goes. So you have to use what? Insert method over there. So we studied append first because since we created list in a crude way, right? List 1 is equal to, and then we already inserted the values. Okay, and that's why I had to show you append first. Now we have to try it with insert. Okay. The only difference in here is you have to pass the index number as well. You have to pass the index number as well. So let us check now what is different. Alias is equal to 1, 2, 3, XYZ, Zara and ABC. Then alias dot insert. It is given that it has to be on the third location. Okay. It has to be on what? Third location. So I can induce a new variable or let's say a new element at any point at given index number. At given index number. Because when you append, you can append only from one side. Yes, only from one end. But if you want to insert a different value in between, what you have to do? You only could replace the value. That was the only thing you could do. But if you want a new element to be inserted in between them, then you cannot do it. So there has to be what? Insert method over here. Okay, and you can use insert method in that same manner the way we used it for the program. Okay, the way we used it for program for adding what? First name, last name, ID and designation. Understood? Okay, just try this out. Try this out. You already have list created. Insert an element, add location at any location, 3, 4, any location in between. Done? Is it happening? Okay. So even when you use it in for loop and just use the index numbers over there, right? Let the index number be in looping condition, and wherever there is, let's say, object, okay, index comma object. So wherever there is an object, you pass what? A variable where you will have an input. Okay, so str in bracket, import in bracket, enter name or probably enter designation, whatever it is. Okay, so it will be in grouping fashion and it will add at that specific location. Also, one more thing becomes very much easy, that is what if you want to change the, or let's say add some of the element. Okay, let's say today my database was having how much values? First name, last name, ID, and designation. But if tomorrow I need one more, okay, new field, that is address. Okay, so I need one more new field, that is address, but it has to be before designation. Before designation, then I can add it using what? Insert method, isn't it? So your flexibility has been improved when you use dot insert. Yes? Okay, let's go ahead. Okay, this one is called as pop. Now, this is something you have learned in stack.
Yes.
You would say, sir, how is it possible? Now, this is a very fantastic concept in Python and breaks rule of every other programming language. Because in other programming language, what we have studied stack is a container which has only one opening end. Yes? And every time when you put an element, or let's say push an element inside, okay, your top increases, yes, by one, okay, and every time you put it, so when you pop it, the element which is at the top most gets out, right? But Python says, why is that container opening from only one side? He says, I'll close from that side, I'll turn the container, I'll open from this side. So I want to pop only the, let's say, 1, 2, 3, okay, I'll pop 3. My wish, my stack, my rules. Yes? So it is similar over here. If you see the example, just check out the example. Okay, alias is equal to 1, 2, 3 XYZ, Zara and ABC. Now print alias. Okay, alias dot pop. So when you pop it, it is popping what? The topmost one, which is at the last ABC. Okay, then what? Alias dot pop. Now in here it is passing some what? Value over there. Okay, it is 2. Now 0, 1, 2, yes. It is actually popping the other one. But what happens when you pass some different way, the number? Just try it out. Just try it out. Give a number which is in between.
Data structure is their design. PHP मध्ये पण आहे ना असंच फंक्शन, पण याच्यात असं आपण इंडेक्स नाही टाकू शकत PHP मध्ये ती लास्टचं तिथे स्टॅक वर्कफ्लो म्हणजे त्याला कुठं आपण साईज दिली ऑफ आहे ना 5 करा 6 करा पण आपण अपडेट करीत जातो असं काही नाही आपली फिक्स साईज नाही जास्त
Yes? Did you try it out? So understood? Python rules. Okay, my stack, my rules. Understood? So he says no. It is up to my wish from where I want to open this stack container, right? Is it clear? You can, pop any of the elements anytime you want. Clear? Okay. Let's go ahead. Reverse. Reverse is very, very simple. The way you have inserted the elements, the sequence that you followed for inserting the elements or appending the elements, it will just change the positions in a descending fashion. Understood? Reverse, not reverse. Okay. The sequence will be reversed. If I enter, let's say ABC, then I'll enter Tejas, I'll enter 1, 2, 3. Then it will change the sequence. Then first will come 1, 2, 3, then Tejas, and then ABC. Okay. Simple. Try reverse.
Hmm.
Tried it? Yes? Okay. Great. So now that it is reversed. Yes? Is it stored into is it stored in the same variable or is it just temporary? What is it?
Store in the same variable.
It is the same variable, so my changes are permanent, right? Whatever I operate with the functions, this functions, the list is having its change for its permanent purpose, right? It is not temporary. So there is no need to store it in some different variable. Okay, all your changes are saved in one single variable that you have used. So to, let's say, reverse the method that you just did, okay? Since the values that you just reversed is a different way. The way you have inserted it is not the expected way. To do that, to change it back to the previous position, you have to use sort. Sort. Okay, so when you use list.sort, you will get the original way of how you inserted the elements.
This dot sort.
Okay, so here my list is what? 1, 2, 3, XYZ, Zara, ABC,
Okay, very good.
XYZ. Yes. And there's not, okay, sorry, this is the copy paste error, so I'll just quickly change it. You have to use sort method over there. Use sort method.
जसं ओरिजिनल जसं दिले
आता ए सॉर्ट दिले आपण सर इथं कसं सर
ए बी पहिला ए बी दिलं होतं ना सर मी ओरिजिनल लिस्ट काय आहे ए बी त्याला मी रिवर्स केली
असेंडिंग
नाही नाही असेंडिंग नाही जसं तू पहिल्यांदा ती लिस्ट तयार केली तशी आता बघ तुझं सर एक मिनिट सर लेट मी चेक हे बघ 2 3 आणि 9 5 बरोबर ना आता बघा सर येल पण पहा हे बघ येल पण 2 3 9 5 आता रिवर्स करतो
रिवर्स झाले डिसेंडिंग
नाही आता रिवर्स करतो
L1
Okay.
आता काय करायचं
What you output?
शॉर्ट केलं काय होणार आहे जसं तुम्ही
Everyone?
ना ओरिजिनल लिस्ट ती येणार आहे
Okay, so I have changed it.
ओरिजिनल कशी घ्यायची मग
Okay, so this is my original input.
सॉर्ट आणि रिवर्स म्हणायचं
Then I use word reverse.
कसं
After doing it,
हां असेंडिंग करून मग डिसेंडिंग
नाही नाही मला ओरिजिनल लिस्ट पाहिजे ओरिजिनल लिस्ट
and
पाहिजे
then when I what?
मला
I
त्याची
use
ओरिजिनल
this,
लिस्ट
with
पाहिजे
this dot
2
sort,
3 5
and then I what? I use print. So I got the previous positioning back.
I got previous position back.
Yes, easy to understand? Simple? Okay, great. So this marks the last point of your list.
Descending is the original list कुठे आहे?
नाही सर असेंडिंग
ओरिजिनल लिस्ट काय आहे ही माझी ओरिजिनल लिस्ट आहे 2 3 9 5 मी रिवर्स केली 5 2 3 9 5 रिवर्स झाली ठीक आहे आता मला ओरिजिनल लिस्ट जास्त व्हिडिओ आपण ते एक्सप्रेस एक्सप्रेस नाही करायचं आता बघ तुला लिंक जेवढं येते ना तुला जेवढं येते तेवढं तू स्टेजवर नाही केलं जेवढं तुला येते
मी करतो
प्रॅक्टिस नाही
प्रॅक्टिस मला चांगलं एक्सपिरियन्स
नाही नाही मी उदाहरण देतोय कोच कशी चांगले स्किल तर नाही माहिती मला की तुझ्या कॅपॅबिलिटीपेक्षा कमी करतो ना असं
फक्त समोरचं आहे ना तर समोरून जरी रिस्पॉन्स चांगला भेटला ना तर मग
So that 1752 is the year when they had to remove and recalibrate the entire calendar system. Okay, there are many few things. Okay, there is a leap second concept as well, leap day concept as well. Okay, leap day is something what called as 29th of February. Okay, there is leap second as well because it has to go in seconds, 365 days, and some minutes, some hours, minutes, and seconds. Okay, so there is leap second concept as well. So go ahead and read on probably on Google. You'll find out many more things. Okay, Raspberry Pi. Everyone, have you heard about Raspberry Pi? Yes, Raspberry Pi. How many of you have heard about Raspberry Pi? No one? No one has heard about a device named as Raspberry Pi? Okay, have you heard of iPhone 6? Okay. So yeah, Raspberry Pi is an IoT device. Okay, how many of you know what is IoT? IoT, Internet of Things, right? Okay, Internet of Things that is growing since past 5 years is into great force now. People are pushing this domain for betterment of lives, probably using machine learning, data collection using sensors, and actuating using those sensory inputs. Lot many things are being done. And the thing that I introduced Raspberry Pi over here was Raspberry Pi Foundation. Releases a new board on every leap day. On every leap day. Okay, that is on 29th of February. Okay, that is after every 4 years, Raspberry Pi has a kind of new board. Understood? So they follow this leap day concept. Okay, so just an additional information on how leap day is affecting our daily lives as well. Okay, time for program. This was the program that you were expected to have. There was an additional condition that I asked for, that you must have how much numbers? How many digit numbers? 4 digit numbers. Okay, so in here I have used that as well. If year is greater than 999, only then it has to be accepted. Else what? Print. Enter 4 digits only. Enter year in 4 digits only. Then I have what? If year is divisible by 4, yes, year is not a leap year. Okay, else. Okay, if it is divisible, then check if it is divisible by 0. Sorry, if it is divisible by 100 and returns 0. Okay, if so, check with 400 as well. Okay, if it is available with 400, then it is a leap year, else it is not a leap year. Yes, are the conditions right? Yes, no, maybe. Second condition क्या है? False by this? Oh, sorry. Visible now? So yeah, it has to be divisible by 100. If it is divisible by 100, then it is checked for 400. If it is not divisible by 400, then year is what? Is a leap year. Understood? So the condition is satisfying, right? The way you said it. Is it or not? Okay, you try it out at home. You already have the PDF, right? Just try it out at home and let me know. Fine. This works perfectly fine. Trust me. I have written the code. Okay. So leap year concept. I guess hope everyone has written the program. Yes. How many of you couldn't attempt it? It's fine. It's totally fine. If you couldn't attempt it, it's good. But you must accept it. Only then it is good. How many of you couldn't attempt it? Raise your hand. Okay, one. Only one. The rest of you are too much shy. Okay, two. Three. Anyone? No one? Does everyone attempted? Everyone could attempt? See, I can find out these sly smiles. Okay. I must say, your teachers are more honest than you guys are. You have so much to learn from them, I guess. I can find out that sly smile. I can see people when I try to look into their eyes and they, bow down. I understand that very clearly now. Trust me, I have been into training from a long time now. I can at least read few things now. Yes. Okay. Anyways, so those who are trying to do all these, things, please make sure you try it out and accept it. only when you accept your weaknesses, mistakes, you can correct it. Else you will not be able to do it. First accept that yes, I am wrong or I couldn't do it. Only then there is a scope of improvement. Understand this? Okay. This was the one thing. And yesterday, yes, there was another thing of printing star pattern. How many of you did it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, okay. Aniket, how many of you did it? Everyone did it?
फॉर लूप मध्ये सांगितलं होतं ना त्यांनी व्हाईल पण यूज केलं
You have used while as well? Okay. How many of you used it using nested looping? Nested looping?
नेस्टेड लागणारच नाही जर आपण पिरामिड वगैरे यूज करायचं
While any for loop चे combination वापरून केलेलं आहे. Okay, few of them have done it. फक्त for loop वापरून कोणी केलंय? फक्त for loop. Only using for loop. Only one for loop and that's it. That's how you print it. Okay. Fine. Thanks. So did you get it? I guess everyone has got the how to print, got the idea of how to print these star patterns there. Yes. Okay. Ankit, could you solve that thing I gave you? Yes. Printing it in right alignment. Okay. So if you find time today, I mean you have to find time today for this. Print a star pattern which is in this format.
स्टार पॅटर्न उलट प्रिंट करायचं असं घेतलं ना स्पेसेस अलीकडे आलं
Okay, that's it. Can you do it? What is the concept? Done? Okay, keep the answer to you one. Can you do it? Ankit, you try this. You have also done it? Okay, those who are done with this, try this.
टू स्टार्स आहेत ना
Yes, star pyramid. I used to call it as Xmas tree.
पॅटर्न बघितला का
Okay, what is the trick over here?
थ्री नंतरला
What is the trick?
5 स्टार्स 5 नंतरला 7 स्टार्स
A very simple trick is used over here. What is that trick?
सम संख्या करायची विषम संख्या
हां मॉड
Huh? How will you print the star pattern?
1 3 5 7
Spaces I can understand, you can decrement the spaces and then you can print it. What is the concept? How you can print the star pattern here?
लेस देन एंड ग्रेटर देन
Less than?
प्लस 1 करू आपण
Yes. Who said it?
2 times होईल ना
Exactly. Using of odd numbers.
यूज करा
One star at the beginning, then 3, 5, 7. Simple. Okay. Just have to use that 1, 3, 5, 7. You have to print the odd numbers. You have already done that code, right? You have to just use into n. N is having what? Odd numbers. Okay, so at that many time it will be printing. Yes? Simple? Okay, so today go ahead and try this pattern. You know, these patterns are usually asked in your interview questions or probably when you go for machine test, they ask you for such things. Okay? So one of my friend was asked to do print such kind of pattern and it was to be done in Java. It was to be done in Java. And he had that phobia of Java. He didn't like Java. So he said, I'll do it in Python. So the interviewer was very impressed. Like, the guy is trying to approach, the latest programming language at the moment. So he said, okay, you can do it in Python. And the other guys were doing it in Java. He came out of the, that lab in around 5 minutes. And he was selected immediately in that same company. Now understand, the interviewer doesn't know what Python, how to do it in Python. He's just looking for that area where he's not printing it using spaces, adding more number of print statements. He just checks that. Okay, he is not much of a techie guy. Okay, he is there for recruitment purpose only. So you just analyze on these purpose, and then someone